What's going on, guys? Back, and today we got a brand new video on Shiba Inu. This time, if you thought the news was over, it is nowhere near yet. Some big, maybe possibly troubling news for Shiba coming up here in the near-term future. But before we jump into that, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So if you don't want to hear this pitch at the beginning of every video, just get to 1K subs. That's all we got to do. But Shiba Inu, obviously a massive meme coin, massive returns, has gotten everyone just going crazy over the returns they got. If we look at their chart, the daily doesn't give you much of info at all. But if we go into the hourly, kind of zoomed out a little bit, we can see a pretty clear, top here at 0.00008 cents. And just, this is a downtrend. And what is interesting about this thing itself, this chart itself, is that it's really lining up with Dogecoin, the king of meme coins. Very, very a lot like what Dogecoin did, where we could see the peak and then a down, sharp down, bounced up, came back down, rounded off, and then into a downtrend. Doge did that, and we can look at Doge and compare them on CoinMarketCap because it's so long ago for Doge. It's hard to look at the chart, but you can kind of see it in CoinMarketCap. But Shiba has some basic downtrend here, not in the best spot, but I don't do TA. People could probably say there's a pennant thing going on here. Who knows? But it does look like it's shaping up like Dogecoin. And if we go to CoinMarketCap here, we can see basically Doge and Shiba, they are fighting over each other for who is going to be on top. It was just, 30 minutes ago, Shiba was 9, Doge was 10. Now they have flipped. You can see the market caps, 35.6 billion, 35.1 billion. Very close. Very, very insanely close. But if we look at the prices for these things, this is where you start to see, this is SHIB. You see a run up to this spike, then you see it go a sharp down, bounce up, and then go back down to that round off, and then, enter this downtrend. And if you look at Dogecoin, it's a little bit harder to see it when it's zoomed out like this because you have to, it was such a long time ago. So you can still see the same types of structural things going up. So you see this spike up into a heavy downtrend to a bounced up. And then if you were able to zoom in on this more and kind of see the thing, you would see it make a come down and then round off. But you do still see just a massive downtrend happening with Dogecoin. And are we going to see that with Shiba? Continue this downtrend? It's possible that does actually happen. We're seeing, the king meme coin played out almost identical to how this is going right now. So it wouldn't surprise me at all to see Shiba bleed out. And on top of that, when you look at even these prices, you see Dogecoin 27 cents, and its all-time high was what, 75 cents. And when you look at Bitcoin and even Ethereum, all-time highs right now, Ethereum, Bitcoin broke all-time highs, 67K, still is at this 63,000 level. And Dogecoin is just lagging behind. It should be, in theory, if Bitcoin's all-time highs, if Dogecoin was 75 cents when Bitcoin was $63,000, then it would make sense that if Bitcoin got back to that level, Dogecoin would want to be back around that level as well. But it's not. It's very much, very far away from 75 cents. So it's a little concerning when you think long-term vision for any of these different coins. If Bitcoin's making new all-time highs and then Ethereum makes new all-time highs, but they're lagging super, super far behind and not even close to all their all-time highs, that might actually be a problem, which could be a long-term thing for SHIB if it goes the same route as Dogecoin, which would make sense. Both meme coins, both shaped up. Even if you look at, a little bit zoomed out even more, you can see first pump, second pump into this downtrend. First pump would be this spike, second pump into the downtrend. So it's shaping up very alike, which makes sense because they're both meme coins. But a massive, massive problem for Shiba Inu is this right here. Could this be the owner of the $5.7 billion Shiba Inu wallet? That is a massive question. A lot of people thought the wallet was lost or the person lost their keys to the wallet because they turned $8,000 of Shiba Inu, which is now worth $5.7 billion in 400 days and has been hailed as the greatest individual trade of all time. Absolutely ridiculous. 8K to almost 6 billion is ridiculous and actually is becoming a major problem for SHIB, for this entire coin, because that's a ton of money. That's, I think, 15% of all supplies. This one guy owns it. And people thought he lost his keys or it's just doesn't have access to it. But there are now transactions happening on it. They're pulling money out, and it is getting to a point where if that starts to go on the market and he wants to say sell $1 billion, can Shiba Inu actually hold that? We can look at their volume as well. So if you look at SHIB's volume right here, 5.4 billion. It's going down, so that means there's more selling than there is buying. But if you just cut it in half, 5.4 billion would be roughly 2.5 billion, $3 billion within that, 2.5 to 3 billion. So if that's the buying and selling, if you added a billion onto selling pressure, buying's not there to absorb that. The price would have to go down in order to sustain that, to get more buyers in for the $1 billion. So that's the danger where Shiba is in right now. And to make it just slightly worse, that it seems like this could be the creator of SHIB who has this wallet, which is not a good look at all if the creator is selling or moving these tokens. So a lot of people have been comparing this, and this article does too, to Satoshi Nakamoto with Bitcoin, with the Satoshi wallet that people think is Satoshi, that has 1 million Bitcoin in it, that has not been touched forever since Bitcoin was created. It's had the 1 million Bitcoin and it's never been touched, never been moved, no matter what Bitcoin's on, which is crazy because it's worth a ton of money. Biggest difference is if that is Satoshi's wallet, which is the rumors, it could be the Genesis block or that. Nobody really knows. But assume it's Satoshi's wallet. He has it, is never sold, and never moved it. But this person has had it. People thought that they weren't going to move it, but now it's moving. So does that just bring a lot of fear into the coin itself, where the creator is starting to dump their bags? That's just not a good look at all, and they're starting to move it and try and like be more mysterious because they don't want people to kind of see what they're doing. So they're just kind of moving funds around. I'm sure they'll be selling them at some point, which is not going to be a very good look at all. And that's what this says right here. In the case of Shiba Inu's Ryoshi, that circle of trust appears to have been too wide to keep the secret hidden forever, and the disappearing act not entirely effective. Our source states that the mystery person who controls $5.7 billion was a founding member of the group. So that just goes, that's like what we just talked about. Absolutely insane scenes that's possible for, SHIB. And it just brings into a lot of mistrust in the entire project as a whole if the creator is attempting to get out. And just some tweets about it, talking about like the people seeing it being moved, which is amazing. One of the best things about the blockchain is everything is transparent and you can see it and do your own research, see exactly what's going on. There's no closed door meetings or closed door moves where only a select few people who are in those meetings know what's going on. If you do something on the blockchain, everybody knows about it. Everyone can research it and come up with their opinions and make sure that whatever's going on is what was supposed to be going on. So Blockworks tweeted, the SHIB owner that turned 8K to 5 billion just removed $2.9 billion worth of SHIB tokens from its original wallet. So that's 2.9 billion moving to other wallets to maybe try and get people off the trail. If they do it enough times, it's gonna be very difficult to track it and then dump the money. Obviously, who wouldn't want to take $1 billion or $2 billion for themselves and take a little bit of profit of that? That's kind of crazy. But if you're the owner of the project, maybe it's not the best look for you to do that. And this is the same thing, after a few days of calm around the massive SHIB wallet, investors speculating whether or not the owner lost their keys. The wallet is active. Same tweet. Remember when everyone was wondering if the guy who turned that money lost access? Turns out he didn't. Is moving SHIB. It's a very fearful look for SHIB, because that selling pressure, if $5 billion, we already saw, that would completely tank SHIB completely. This is $5 billion in total volume. So there'd only be roughly right now the price is going down, so it's less than half buying pressure, but it would be roughly 2.5 billion in buying power, which means if you sell $5 billion on top of other people selling 2.5 billion, that's 7.5 billion selling pressure to 2.5 billion buying pressure. The price is going to plummet to try and keep up with that supply demand type of deal there, and it's going to be a very, very tough time for the price of SHIB. So a lot going on with SHIB. The $5 billion wallet is now active. Are they going to sell it? It looks like they might be selling 2.9 billion at least. That's what they moved out of their wallet. So would not be surprised to see that being sold. And can SHIB take that selling pressure without absolutely tanking? That's going to be a massive question. Looking at the price, I mean, we're seeing it going down right now. If he sold it all at once, no shot in the world is going to absorb that selling pressure. Selling it over time, maybe, that absorbs it better, but I still think we're going to see a downtrend and a bleed out of SHIB a little bit faster, even though I think it's going to happen regardless over a long period of time, but even faster if this creator actually sells the 2.9 billion even over a shorter period of time. That's going to do it for this video. A little bit of controversy in SHIB, seeing what this wallet's going to do, and seeing where this money is going to end up, how it's going to affect SHIB. But as always, guys, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys in my next video.